Hey guys, I'm back. There was a slight sizing issue when it came to my icon in the last video. It came off as fuzzy, but I promise you all of these were sent to me in excellent quality and my artist is amazing. It was my fault because I added a transparent background and I got the sizing wrong and yeah, my bad. It's still cute though. Speaking of artists, there are some people on this platform that are very confused as to when to credit an artist, how to credit an artist. For example, madame, madam, whatever your name is, I've created a really simple guide for you on how to do this, so you won't get confused and act like a moron in the future. I'm going to go through a list of possibilities that might happen if some poor soul comes to you in the future asking if they can do work for you. And I'm going to tell you when and when not it is appropriate to credit them. When it's a gift, credit them. When it's a one-time commission, credit them. When it's an ongoing commission, credit them. When it's a thumbnail, credit them. When it's a still set, credit them. When it's an animation, credit them. You see, madame, what happens when you decide to commission somebody or somebody decides to give you a gift that includes them working towards it, human decency dictates that you credit them for the work that they do, whether or not any money was exchanged. Is it a legal requirement if there was no money exchanged? Well, that's debatable depending on the country or the state that you live in, but it's just basic human decency, isn't it? You see, this is a concept that might be a little bit alien to you, but I'll try and explain it as simply as possible. It is called basic etiquette, politeness, and manners to do so. A credit can be done in any way, shape, or form, and we'll get onto those in a moment. But let's imagine somebody took the audio from one of your videos and used it for themselves without crediting you. That would be extremely rude and possibly illegal if not fair use. So, why exactly is it okay for you to take somebody's drawing and use it in a thumbnail and even in the video without you crediting them? Or, in a slightly more comparable analogy, what if you did a collaboration with somebody? You did a collaboration with somebody which included your audio, just your audio, and they decided to put it in the video because you said, that's absolutely okay, you can use my audio, but they don't credit you. That's your work put into their video that you haven't been credited for. Well, actually, I don't know how hard you work on your videos because they seem to just be absolute blathers of lies upon lies, but you get the gist. How long exactly do you have to credit the artist for? Well, it's very simple. For as long as you use their artwork. There should always be a credit where you have used the artwork. And that credit should always be there. No matter if you don't like that artist very much anymore, if you have a falling out, if you're using their work, the credit should be there, whether or not you feel like sharing it. How should you credit the artist? Well, there are many different ways in which you can credit an artist. For example, when showing up the artwork on the screen, you could decide to put their links, as many artists do have their links watermarked on their pieces of work. Or you could give them a verbal shout out at the beginning or the end of the video. As well as this, you can put their links in the description. Because I know from what I've seen you have a very small brain, so I'm going to provide some visual aids for you, so you can learn how to credit an artist. At the beginning of my last video, I verbally shouted out my artist, and I also put their links in the description. Just like now, in this picture, I have a section where I put all of my credits in, and under images, they are the first link. And guess what happens if for some reason in the future I have an argument with them or we just don't get on anymore? Guess what happens then? I don't remove the credit and I don't change anything in the description because I still use their work. You absolute degenerate. And that's it pretty much. You always credit an artist no matter what happens, and you must talk to your artist properly about how they wish to be credited. If it's going to be in a specific video, for example your J-Station video, you say to them, your verbal shout out will happen in this video. Although I disagree with that, because I'd rather verbally shout out my artist in the very first video in which I use their artwork in. It just makes more sense. If anything, this video lays out exactly everything that you did wrong and everything that you should be apologising for, but you still haven't because you have a stick so far up your arse, it's coming out the other end. I'm sure having to have it explained to you in very simple terms must be very insulting for you because your galaxy brain is very, very big and you are very, very smart and you did absolutely nothing wrong. I hope you still have all of that money that you were flexing about, because it looks like your videos are going very much downhill and you're losing subscribers faster than I can make this video, because it's very, very easy to tear you apart. I hope you're still doing that Onision court case, because when you do meet him, you'll realise you were made for each other. He copyright striked you and you steal art. It was a match made in heaven. But please do go on and tell everybody how you hate liars, even though you've only shown a handful of screenshots and no other evidence to back up your claims. I'm sure you are a very poor, poor victim. We will all cry for you. And by the way, you're an absolute pile of trash for accusing somebody of lying about sexual assault, especially because she had paperwork that she felt like she had to present to the public in order to justify her claims. Poor madam, always, always, always the victim, with people lying about you and trying to cancel you and harassing you. It must be so, so hard. I'm sure if you follow my guide, if any unfortunate soul does find you again, you'll know what to do in the future so you won't come off as a massive anus. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and Madame finds it useful. Even though her galaxy brain is so big and so full of information, she might not be able to take it in. As promised, the artist links are in fact in the description. Go follow Dr. Cola7 or Butt Bow on Twitter and give them some love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!